Welcome to the London Live Session Trade Summary. I'm Rory Kruger, I'm the currency coach for the London session, and what I'd like to do is give you an idea of what we were doing in London session today. So what you're looking at now is a dollar-yen 4-hour chart. Here's a trade that we were able to take. As you can see, we were sitting up this side of the world, had a lot of wood to chop to the downside, so we were still in a down channel at the time, as you can see by that blue dotted line coming through there and up down through this side. And so what I said to the guys the previous day was, if we get a breakout through all of that stuff, a breakdown of all of those support levels, and it closed below the 382, I'd be looking to go short of that trade. And so as you can see, it did exactly that. It came back up to test the 21. That's where I got in. And as you can see, we went into a bit of drawdown on this one. But all the way through this drawdown here, guys, we were never above the central pivot point for the day. And that being the case, if I click across here to the 1-hour chart, as you can see there, throughout this area here, that's what you were looking at. We were never above that central pivot point. And then as you can see, we got that drop off when we got down to S1. It was time to remove profit, which we duly did. And then we started seeing a pullback. As we started seeing a pullback off that S1, well, we took out the rest of our profit off there for about 22 odd pips. So it was a pretty good trade. Nothing much to worry about there. We had a great trade on that one, and we were quite happy. Let's have a look at a trade that we actually set up beautifully and missed, unfortunately. We weren't in the room at the time. Let me, get to the 4-hour there. We're looking at this 4-hour chart on the dollar Swiss, and when it broke out of this triangle, what we were saying is we want to retest and then a short position. Once we got that retest, what we were looking for on the hourly chart was a couple of wicks up on the pivot point. So let me get this to look a little bit better for you here. And as you can see there, we got our wicks 2 in a row on this side, and then we expect a third wick to touch that pivot point, which we got in this candle here, and that would have been our trigger, our entry in, and we would have ridden down to S1 and S2 obviously. Unfortunately, as you can see, I wasn't in this trade. I missed that trigger. As I got in the morning, this wick had already taken place and the new candle was opening up, so if I was there a little bit earlier, that's definitely a trigger I would have taken. Perfect setup as to what we set up in the live room, one that we missed today, unfortunately. But here's one that we didn't miss. Set this one up for the guys today. Let me pull up the 4-hour chart here. As you can see, this is where we got in off that 50% Fibonacci level. Now when we were sitting in the room, I told the guys that this was quite a key level. We took a break of it and retest here, as you can see, back down this end of the world, and took our profit off the table as it was going there. We have a bounce, as you can see, of this bottom level 38.53, and as we got back up to this 50% level, I said to the guys, we're probably going to get a wick through to the 0 and a pullback, and should we get that, what I would do is take a short. Well, as you can see, we got a wick through to the 0 level and a pullback. I took a short, and right now we're sitting in a good few pips profit. As you can see here, about 104 pips profit at the moment. So if you look down on the hourly chart, what we were hoping to see, there's our entry. We were hoping to see a couple wicks forming up, which we got there. It gave us our bias for the short side, took our trade, and when we were sitting down here, we got a breakout of the pivot point, return to the pivot point, and a break back below again. So we're pretty happy. If you look at the 4-hour chart, this is where we're planning on taking profit, just above the 38.53 level, in case it bounces there. If we get a breakout and retest, we'll reinitiate a short of that trade again. But for the moment, we're 105, 106 pips profit, and looking good on this trade. So guys, if you'd like to come join us in the live room, come trade with us, pop over to fab-tradershaven.com. We'd love to have you in London and New York session. You're welcome to come and join us. To go through to the forum there, fab-tradershaven.com, and you can register for these live sessions. Cheers.